And now, Minion Works presents Freelance Heroism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. I'm Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And we just want to say thank you to everybody out there, in particular our patrons. Rachel, you want to take it away? You did such a good job last week.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So we would like to thank our patrons, specifically who donated at the producer tier. Monique Walker, Chris Deeds, Chris Sones, Orient_Tiger, and Dees' friend Zach?
Oreo Teabaggin.
Oreo Teabaggin. Zach, right?
Yes.
Okay. Slowly learning his name.
He's one of the new Patreons, but we really appreciate everybody who donates to help make the show better. And everyone else out there in the world should give him a big round of applause for helping us improve audio quality and get those episodes up easier, quicker, and with better metrics to see, listener data and stuff like that. We're spying on you. We're spying on you. There was this issue right after like a lot of those Russian troll farms or whatever. All of a sudden we had a lot of listeners in Russia, and then they just went dead. Dead. And while I thought we had talked about it in game one time, it was like Ragnar's gone, his fake Russian accent. They're just unrepresented. They're just like, fuck this. Turns out a lot of the subscriptions that people had were part of fake accounts, and they ended up getting clipped. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
Bubba supporting Russians. Bubba's fan base was Russians. Troll farms.
He's a Russian sleeper.
Trolls supporting an orc. Go figure.
I ran a D&D game yesterday, and the players were interrogating a Kenku, and Kenku can only repeat words or phrases that they've heard in exactly how they heard it.
Right.
And so it was repeating a phrase from an orc or like a half-orc, and I was like, all half-orcs speak with a Russian accent. So that's how you know it's a half-orc.
Kenku. That's kind of cool. It's like the trash planet from Transformers. Planet. See, now you get these references, Rachel.
Yes, now I get the Transformers references.
Absolutely.
Because it's taking up space in my brain now.
Well, at the beginning of the game, we're trying to do shout outs to some of our favorite artists, people who are supporting us. So we want to support them back. This week is my good friend Gorgonus. He's a rapper. International hip-hop recording artist Gorgonus resides here in Augusta, Georgia, repping the real hip-hop movement with his album, The Voice of Real Hip-Hop, on all musical platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. You can follow him on Instagram, where you can see his up-and-coming shows, even get some hot Goreware gear from his store, which represents the 5 elements of hip-hop. Gorgonus stands for Stronger Together, and his movement and hustle is like no other real music for real heads. Definitely check him out. I just want you guys to know I've done loads of shows around here, and Gorgonus is like not just one of the most talented hip-hop people, he's also very, very cool. We like when Bloodstained Ritual of the Night first came out, it came out on PlayStation before it came out on Switch, and he knew that I was like kind of junking for this game, right? I was like, oh my god, I want this game so bad. So he invited me over to his house, drove clear across town. He lives out in the fucking boonies. But I drove out there and we sat on his couch and played fucking Bloodstained on his PS4. It was fucking awesome. He's just a really cool guy. He knew I wanted to see the game. He was like, come over to the house, play it for just a little while. Very nice guy. One of the most humble people you ever meet. If you get a chance to go see a show, you should. If you get a chance to go stop by his booth or table, you definitely should say hi, tell him decent, or don't. Just walk up and say hey. He'll be just as friendly no matter how you approach him. He's a very good guy.
And we'll have links to all this stuff in the show notes.
Oh yeah. Also, I did some of the logo work for his new T-shirt line, and I did some. I don't know if I'm not allowed to announce this yet, but I'm doing a cover for one of his albums coming up, and I did some cool art that I'm pretty certain I'm not allowed to talk about for a special thing that eventually will be seen by people. Maybe not right away, but eventually, and it's very fucking cool. We talked about it for a long time. It's very rad. So, Gorgonus, glad to have you on the show, man. So, I want to talk about chili dogs again.
Again?
I want to talk about chili dogs because it doesn't have anything to do with chili dogs, really. Why I want to talk about the chili dog thing is because I feel like me and the fans have really got something going on. We have a good back and forth going. For those of you who remember a couple weeks ago, maybe I think it was last week. Was it last week?
Last week.
It feels like a million years. We've had so much fun together this last week. I was arguing with Rachel live, recorded live, like they recorded live. They say that on TV now. It was recorded live. I'm like, well, it's not live then. It was recorded. But so I said, in order to prove my point, I was going to put up a poll. Chili dogs for breakfast, yes or no? And so I did. And even before the episode came out, before you guys were even heard, I was like, back me up on this, internet. You got me and you, right? And I like pointed at my eyes and my fingers, and I pointed through the internet into the interconnected souls of all of our listeners. And they were super supportive. And do you want to know how that poll went?
No.
We had almost 100 votes. I was like 80, 90, something like that. And 70 some odd percent, it was 76 last I checked, were in favor of chili dogs for breakfast. Now, it would be ridiculous of me to say that small subsection of people, right, represents the will of the populace, right?
That would be a ridiculous statement to make.
What I am saying, though, is that of our listeners, we are of mostly one mind. We are thinkers, people, free thinkers that are not going to be held hostage by the societal claims that you can't eat a fucking any type of dog, any type of food for breakfast. We're not going to be told. And I'm happy to have listeners like you guys. You really made me proud. I mean, you don't know. I was bragging about this shit in the messenger like every 2 hours.
You were just bragging about it because you were winning the poll.
Look, I'm not going to go into the substrata of reasonings why I might have been bragging about it. But I want you guys to know, everyone out there listening, that all of you people who voted pro chili dog breakfast, right? Which, by the way, sounds like a gross sexual act. Dog breakfast sounds fucking wretched when you say it and think that way. But I thought we did a very good job. Like mesh. Like, I'm an asshole in the game. I get it. I play an asshole. That's what my character does. But I feel like you guys have seen through the veil. You guys have seen to the real me. And you backed me up, and I'm so fucking psyched about it. I was smiling that whole time. Every time the percentage went up a little bit, I would take a screenshot and send that.
Because it was
send
just.
That bitch to Rachel, be like, look what they're doing. Yep. I just want you guys to know I appreciate it. And there will be more polls coming up.
No, there won't. I think.
And I hope to God that you guys once again.
Before you continue talking about chili dogs, we should actually play the episode.
Oh, I'm very happy with you guys. Thank you so much.
No more chili dog talk. Don't bring this up ever again.
I'm just saying there's going to be polls in the future, guys.
Don't.
More polls. I'm going to post one as soon as we're done here.
No.
I don't even know what it's going to be about. It'll be exciting.
No.
Vote. Viva la chili dog.
And now, episode 79, Carrion.
Checks your hair. Checks the other pockets.
You got them all.
Checks your shirt. Mother.
I really enjoyed finding that one.
She gives you a half curtsy and a middle finger.
That's the best I could hope for.
Hey, David,
Yes.
out of character, was Van Richten's body still outside?
He was the one being chowed on by that big white thing.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever took care of it or not.
We haven't. But if it's still more or less intact, I could try a raised bed on it.
Hey, worth a shot.
Oh no, David's smiling.
Yeah, but he might be smiling as a disarming tactic. He might not want you to do it, and so he's making you. We're gonna do it anyway.
That's true.
Oh, I know
we're
you're
doing
going to do it.
Do we want to do it here, or do we want to take his body somewhere and?
Just do it out in the field where he is.
Okay. All right. It's gonna take me an hour of casting.
Oh,
This
okay. Well, maybe
probably
not
will
in the
not be
field.
the safest. This probably is not the safest place to
Yeah.
spend an hour in the open.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we could do? I was thinking about this when she said we needed to move all the stuff from the arsenal.
Mhm.
I think of I know a place where no vampires and werewolves are allowed to hang. And what
Where's
we
that?
could do is bring all of these really expensive, probably, and very
Oh,
interesting
shit.
items
I know where
back
he's going.
to, say, that safe location that was crafted by a genius and store them
Oh,
there.
I thought he was going to say nope house.
No,
Start
what? No.
pull a Mirkavir and set up in the one place.
No, I have a lab, an underground super
I know
lab.
you do.
That'd probably be the best place to bring the stuff.
And we could use Ragnar's fighting pit to raise the guy. We could lock us in with him, so there's no risk of outbreak if something goes wrong.
Are you saying all this aloud?
Yeah.
She's like, you understand the dangers of raising the dead in Ravenloft, right?
That they might come back insane.
She nods.
But so our options are he doesn't come back. We're able to bring him back, and then we have whatever like vampire fighting knowledge he has. He comes back and he's insane, and then we have to take care of him.
I can read
not having him.
I could read the insane guy's mind too. So if we really need something that's in there, I'm sure even if he comes back insane, I could work my mojo on him.
All right.
And then we could kill him. If he's crazy, I'm not, just on a whim.
Right.
I'm not Ducky.
What's that supposed to mean?
Stop
I don't know.
breathing, Jake.
Yeah, how about all those townsfolk you fucking murdered?
Oh my god.
Man, your guys' death tally is insane.
I had so much fun planning that. I mean, the victories of a DM.
Man, one guy was on the ground on his back and he was looking up. He put his hands up to like try to say something, and she came down on him with the fucking blade.
Thanks.
It was
With
brutal.
her mother's paladin sword.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Right.
You're just gonna carry that guilt in her heart for like the future centuries that she's gonna live.
One is the loneliest.
Just add that to the pile of like default level of guilt Adri constantly feels all the time.
Yeah, well, you did kill a bunch of innocent people, so
She did, yeah.
you probably
yeah.
should feel bad about that,
She will feel bad about that for the rest of her life. Thank you.
which is super long.
Yep.
And we'll,
Mhm.
so just wear it like a mantle. wear it like a coat of many colors.
Is the wagon outside?
Booby trapped? Yes.
Okay.
And it's mine.
Okay.
And
Is it-
it's.
Is it in good condition for us to
I hope
move
so.
the stuff?
It should be. Last time I left it, I checked it, it was.
Okay.
We'll go down there and disarm it.
She stands up, Moves a little. She looks at her clothes. I'm gonna have to because that's where my clothes are.
Fantastic. I'll go with you.
Of course you will. She walks over to the suit of armor. Kazan. It activates and stands up and steps off the stand. She looks over, just in case.
All right.
If we run into something, I'd rather have extra than not. Especially with those dicks around. She looks over the wardrobe. By the way, if you flip the switch on the bottom of the trunks, you deactivate the poison in the lock.
Okay.
Sounds good.
She gets on the elevator. The suit of armor follows.
One of you guys go with her. I need to stay up here with the poison locks.
I'm on it. I'll go with her.
Aww. She gives him a, what's the word? A sarcastic sigh. She looks at Chinakote. Something's different about you.
Well, we're all made in our own individual ways.
That's a clever way of saying it.
Have we met before?
Possibly.
I don't owe you money from a drunken card game, do I?
Nah,
All right.
not much of a card player.
She says the lower command, and it begins to lower itself level by level. As it goes down, Adria Kavir, you guys are up in the tower with 2 trunks.
Okay. I'm going to kind of take my sleeve and go and pop out my thieves' tools.
All right.
Let's get to work.
Sounds good.
I'm going to walk over and flip I'm assuming she said to flip him down is like a poison switch. I would know what she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You go in the trunk underneath, you find it, and you flip it to undo the poison sting on the lock.
Okay.
With that, it's an easy, quick, lock pick. You pop the lock on them. On one of them, when you open the first one, you see 4 mason jars, each one with a little bag of, they're each one full of a clear liquid with a little bag on top of them, sealed.
With a little pack on top of it?
Yeah, with a little clear baggie of a white powder on top of it that's adheres to the lid.
It's a meth lab.
I know exactly.
And I walked out of this. Damn.
We knew Adria was related to him.
Adria's like, it's a science lab. They do science here.
The little bags that are underneath the lids, do they look like they're intended to be broken and then fall into the liquid?
Yes.
Right, so like grenades, bombs.
Not really a bomb, but you're not sure.
Okay, well, I'll do some research on them.
Okay. You see another one, 2 glass bottles, eyedroppers on the top of them, sealed.
Okay.
You also find another jar. It looks like it's full of salt.
These like demon fighting weapons or whatever.
If you open it up, you actually smell smelling salts.
Okay.
You also find a box, a long rectangular box. It has a few symbols in it written in Draconic.
Okay. Can I
Anyone
open the
speak
box?
Draconic?
No, but I can translate languages.
All right. You open the box, you see 10 pin slots, small little pins. There's 3 left in the box. There's 7 missing.
You said they're pens?
Yeah, like needles.
Oh, okay. What does the box say if I use comprehend language?
Yeah, you do comprehend language. It's called witch pins. On the inner box, if you flip it over, you see a diagram where you see a hand stretched out and shows an image of a figure sticking the pin through the hand.
Okay. I'm going to have a lot of research to do here, apparently.
All right.
Okay, second one.
You also find another pair of boots that have blades in them. These are more of a man-sized boots with a pair of retractable blades set in the heel.
Right on.
You also find a cane. Upon inspection, you realize that it's actually a sword where you can pull out a versatile blade out of the cane.
That's cool.
You can give that one to Jake. This is the cane.
And then the other box is the interesting one. You see a number set of devices, definitely explosives, definitely look like you can rig it up on a wall or a door. You see
Ooh.
3 of those.
And I don't need a cane.
You see a couple of them similar as well, but more for putting in the ground or putting up against a door.
How
Like
many
on
of
the ground
those?
somewhere. 2 of those, 3 of the wall-mounted ones. You also see what would be a fuse coil. You see them each measured with different times written on
Okay.
each of the cords. So you have one at 5 minutes, one written for 10 minutes, one written for 1 minute. Different lengths of
Yeah,
different minutes. Then you see a spindle next to it that has a lot more of it wrapped around it.
yeah. Okay.
You can guess he was using the single length cuts to almost like a master to cut the other lengths as he needed.
Right.
You also in that box, you recognize definitely the grenades that were thrown at you by evil or Amir Kavir. You see about 6 of them in there.
Those are the gas ones?
No, these ones are solid. These aren't gas. These things look like they pack a whole lot more punch than what was thrown at you guys by Amir Kavir.
Okay.
And then you see a set of 2 pistols.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
You also see 3 bags of powder and 20 bullets.
right on.
It also has the pouches and the oil to oil the pouches and whatnot.
That's pretty cool.
The fun part about all those, that all actually came out of the 3.5. I've just made it converted most of that to 5e. If that doesn't spice the game or set you guys on, if that doesn't get like ratings up, I don't know what will.
Guns, man. That's very cool.
Mhm.
But I mean, there's like a series of feats you need for pistols, right?
I will accept the crossbow feats and stuff like that.
Oh, rad.
Sharpshooter. Like if you crossbow expert, I'll accept it for the pistol.
Dibs. I already have a fucking
Sharpshooter.
crossbow.
If you have the musket or you have a pistol,
I have sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter will count just as range. It's a ranged weapon. If you follow the wording of it, sharpshooter doesn't necessarily say longbow or crossbow or short bow. It just says ranged weapon. So
That's pretty
that
rad.
feat will be accepted as well. If you
There's
want to try
2
to
of
use
them.
sharpshooter for pistols,
I wonder if we
So-
could get the people at what's it called to remake them.
Oh,
that
Nick
would
and
be
Matt?
definitely some engineering. These you could actually tell are from a different realm in the mists. They're not from Barovia, but they're from somewhere else in this domain.
Is it Nick and Knack?
Yes, the blacksmiths of Leaky.
Yeah. Do they, from what they've done for us so far, do they seem skilled enough to replicate these?
Given time and yes, they probably could.
Guys, we could be cowboys.
That just sounds
You also find a book in the very bottom of it.
Hey.
It seems that he was working on a larger weapon than a musket, like a designs on something. He called it a blunderbuss,
Oh, that's fucking cool.
but he hadn't fully finished the. He hadn't fully been able to transform the musket to it yet.
Looking at his notes, just a quick glance over, does it seem like he was knowledgeable in what he was doing, or is he just trying
Extremely
to work
extremely knowledgeable. He had a massive grasp of science.
it out? Okay.
In his notes. Yeah, Van Richten had an extreme. I mean, the traps, the different things. from the way his notes and his scribble on the blunder, you can definitely tell the bombs were his designs as well.
Fantastic. I like this guy. I hope he's not crazy when he comes back.
But as you guys age, is there anything else you're doing in the tower as he's going through the different things and finding different toys?
Is there anything else to look at?
How about that head in a box?
That's true. Got that.
Step 1,
actually,
put
Adrian
your head in the box.
Adrian would actually watch how Carrion used the lock mix. She'd be really interested in just watching him do that.
David just turned red.
Lonely Island.
No, I don't think so.
All right. You guys are actually lucky you didn't step on the third floor or the second floor. 150 pounds would have dropped you through the second floor. 50 pounds would have dropped you through the third floor.
Oh wow.
Yeesh. Luckily, I've been drawing my guy like a fucking scrawny little spider.
Yeah.
For the last...
The scaffolding was 200 pounds. So.
Adria would have gone right through with that massive head of hers.
Right?
Yeah.
She would have probably got stuck in the walls of the tower, though.
Dude, if you guys would have dropped her off the third floor and went in.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole tower would have come down.
Should have been like
Yes,
that
exactly.
game, like that Rampage game.
Yo.
Right on. Well, I have all these. You'd be surprised when you start giving science items. I am very astute with how I write things down. If you're like,
no doubt.
if you're like, you get 30 gemstones, I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. You're like, you have a bomb with articulated fuses. I'm like, oh yeah, articulated. Oh, tell me about the fuses again. I'm gonna go back up and down this elevator so I can ride the shaft while you tell me. Tell me about the gun oil.
So other than that, there's nothing really upstairs. I mean, the clothes. He has his clothes. He has his wardrobe of clothes and stuff. His food.
What kind of clothes?
He has his circus performer suit in there that he did his wagons with. He has his.
Load them up, all of them. You know what? You just make a list for me, David, and I'm gonna go through them once we get back to the lab.
All right.
This is like a costume maker's dream.
Van Richten actually, I'm not trying to step on your professional toes, but the way he was written in original Ravenloft, he was the original professional.
Oh, I knew I liked him for a reason.
I mean, there's literally books in 3.5 called Van Richten's Arsenal, Van Richten's Guide to Vampires, Van Richten's Guide to. He is like the Ravenloft hunter of hunters.
Hey, guess what? I made a vacuum for vampires. Did he ever do that? No.
No.
I'm willing to bet that he had never done that.
So yeah, I will make you a list of outfits that he had up in his thing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I just have this image of like Adri holding out her arms and like Kavir's just like putting like these trunks and like stacks
Oh
of
no,
clothes.
this is like the complete reverse of a shopping trip. It's or Kavir throwing the outfits on a age. You're like, hey, hold this, hold this, hold this, hold this. Here's another 2 bags.
I'm like, look at this one. This one's a doctor. I'm a doctor. Excellent.
Hey, check out these boots. They go right with this one.
Oh my God, there's mix and match. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Hey, there's 10 outfits here, but I can make 20 of them work.
Oh my God, we need to do like a clothing montage. Wake
Oh
me
God.
up before you go.
Now back to Jake. As you guys reach the bottom, she looks at the door. You guys figured it out. Whew, I'm lucky I'm not dead.
We have our moments.
She steps outside and sees Van Richten's body.
I shout down the stairs. We have our moments.
She sees his body outside and just kind of like, she steals herself for a minute and looks at the armor. Pick it up, please. She walks over to the wagon and begins to undo certain sections and undoes the lock in it. And it opens and she pulls out a blanket, hands it off to the armor to blanket up the body. As the wagon opens up, you can there's a wooden trunk with claw marks. She opens it up and she pulls a flail and a morning star out on a light crossbow and sets it off to the side. She opens up another wardrobe and She begins to go through and pulls out a new set of clothes out of there.
I don't want to interrupt your description, but I have to. I've literally, as
Yes.
soon as you said it, I wanted to point this out. She threw a blanket over the body,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that the other guy is sort of like the Barovian version of the professional, and she's
Yes.
his assistant, and she's throwing blankets on bodies. I'm seeing some serious parallels here. You just throw a blanket. Oh my god! If I get out there and see that needs to be put away before I get down these stairs, because if I see a blanket on a body, I'm going to lose it. Like, I thought we were past that.
She pulls out one of her kits and pretty much begins to just a change right there. Broad daylight.
I'll turn my back.
Never mind. She's not exactly like Adrian.
She would never. She would never.
She takes the old clothes and throws them in the river or in the waters near the tower. Walks back. Begins to close it back up. Rearms herself. You do see, though, a wooden chest with the holy symbol of the Morning Lord on it. As she's closing up the wagon. She's like, we need to get some horses. Shit. She looks around. Well, it'd be easier to load the wagon with the goods and then pull the wagon, right?
Mm-hmm.
She looks at Chinakote. Any chance you can find some horses nearby?
If they're around, I can find them. Can I sniff the air a little bit? I got any horse scent anywhere?
Well, we know there are two of them out here.
Go ahead and give me a roll. Survival.
All right. 15.
Did
Um,
we not ride horses to this tower?
We did when we went to fight them, and two of them of our three ran off. So that's what I meant by there's two of them out here for
Okay.
sure.
But like when we came back, did we not take horses to come
No,
back?
we went on foot, I think.
Oh, okay.
You're able to track them and you find out what happened to the horses. The beast got them before. She looks at the wagon. She's like, all right, let's see if it still works. She begins to. She sits in the driver's speak and she begins to speak a magic command word. And eventually, you see the carriage kind of light up. Some certain arcane symbols in it begin to light. They fade out for first, and she does it again, and you see two quasi-real draft horses magically be summoned and tethered to the wagon.
Right on.
That's a neat trick.
She nods. I always prefer real ones. The magic just kind of, I don't know. There's almost too much magic sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes simple is better.
I'll take a simple poison or a blade over magic most days myself.
Yep. Tooth and claw can certainly do the job.
Are your friends going to come down, or do we got to go get them?
I'm going to whistle up the stairs to the guys.
Hey, you, Chanticleer! No? Anybody? Rockadoodle? All right.
Oh, that's a good movie. I was just telling somebody to watch that movie like last week.
Man, I watched that movie. I've seen it like 1,000 times, right? Because it was like one of the few like 5 or 6 VHSs me and my brother had when we were younger. It is not aged super well. Uncle Dookie. Oh, anyway.
I had one of the college kids that's in my gaming group was asking about non-Disney animated movies back in the day and which ones, and that was one of the big ones. So
Rockadoodle.
yeah, it was that one in the
rise and fall of Elvis through the
right,
the majesty of chickendom.
You're right. I told him that one in Secrets of NIMH, the
That's
old
good.
rat movie. That was a
Oh,
good
that's
one.
good.
All right, you guys hear Chinakote whistle?
Yep. Are we almost done packing up upstairs?
We're burning daylight, gang.
Okay.
Should we bring this head in a hat box?
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of question is that? Yes.
I
Obviously.
didn't want to be the only one who thought we should bring it.
No, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, definitely not your Bloodborne side.
You always bring all severed heads that look like they've been saved for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If someone spent time magically embalming it,
Mhm.
you normally want to keep it.
Yeah, it's relevant.
All right. Okay.
There was nothing else up here of any interest? Or things that maybe aren't of interest normally, but would have been of interest to me.
Let me read it again. It says there was a cozy bed, desk with matching chair, bright tapestries, large iron stove, plenty of wood, arrow slits, dirt-caked windows, standing suit armor, the wooden chests, wooden rafters, bent under the weight of the tower, the chains, the elevator.
What about the windows? Do they have glass in them?
Yeah, the window is glass. I mean, they're it's like dirt-caked windows, so yeah, it's dirt-caked glass. You can clean the glass and get the actual straight glass out if you want.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be kind of funny seeing you walk out with a whole fucking window from the tower.
like a bunch of them. Just stack them up and be like, I'm preparing for the winter.
Is there a way to get to the very top of the tower? Like,
Because we
is
all
it
know
like
Age
a
is going to
flat
break
roof?
more windows. Huh?
Is the tower like? Does it have a flat roof or does it have like a pointy roof?
Pointy.
Okay.
Why? What were you trying to do up there?
I didn't know if there
Who
was like
knows?
another floor like above us.
I thought she was gonna pose to be a weather vane,
No.
like a duck. And she could spin around and point to whichever way the wind's blowing.
No. So I assume when we come downstairs, Adri is holding the majority of the things. So
Yeah, I'm carrying the clothes like thrown over my shoulder. Anything that would small enough to fit up my sleeves, I will put up there. Up to 50 pounds per sleeve. And then, yeah, I'll carry the head. And then you can carry all the other stuff, the
Okay.
trunks.
Yeah.
There you go. I just sent you guys a messenger picture of the outside of the tower.
Oh, cool.
And it gives you a picture of the elevator and the police system on the 4th floor.
Oh, yeah, that's just begging for Ducky to go up top and point in the direction of the wind. Rad.
Cool. Okay.
That is one long ass 5-foot shaft.
Ba-dum-bum. Okay, yeah. So I mean, I've got everything I need. I got the head. You said it was in a hat box.
Yes.
So like a hat box with like the bottom kind of is flat, but then it has walls and another. Okay, I'm gonna take the lid off, and I'm gonna walk with the head around and be like, "What do you think?" I'm gonna like talk to it.
It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I didn't. If it
Are you
did,
are you downstairs doing this?
yeah.
Ezmeralda looks over. Oh shit! Put Van away.
Who is it?
Van.
Who's Van?
He was a Vistani that Van Richten talks to every now and then.
No fucking way. This is tripping me out.
You have to do a speak with dead spell, but the magic embalming that Van Richten did to it,
Mhm.
it allows it to retain its memories and different parts of its life, so he can talk to it and pull these out and talk.
Literally, that's exactly what we were just talking about doing with him. I am blowing myself away. This guy's so fucking cool because he's me. He's so cool because he's me. When we first met him, he was in a disguise. He acted to be much more friendly, but he's actually a grumpy asshole who lives in a fucking tower that he made for himself. He's got all kinds of weird devices and explosions. He's really a fan of science. He has books, and he doesn't have a problem with keeping a head around so that he can ask it questions.
Oh yeah, Jan tried to steal the wagon and the monkey from him once. So Van Richten ran him through.
Fuck the monkey. Whatever. Does it have a tactical, or did he just like the monkey, or is it like
The monkey was I think he gave it to the toy guy in Barovia or Veliki.
right?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, was it like a tactical monkey, or was it just like a regular monkey?
Just regular monkey.
Yeah, fuck the monkey. Whatever. I thought it was like some like cool monkey that was like actually the spirit of some like brilliant like vizier or something trapped
No,
in the
he,
body of a monkey.
No, Van was I'm not sure his story or why he ended up trying to steal the wagon, but Van Richten uses him to find out about the Vistani and the secrets of the Vistani and influence into their society that you won't get.
He's like Vistani Zordon. Oh, that's cool. Observe the viewing globe, Rangers. Like, yeah, okay. Dude, I'm gonna put him in a glass of liquid when we get back to the lab. And I'll put them up on the wall, and then I'll just have swappable costumes that can go underneath them, so I can kind of get a look of how it's gonna look.
You're gonna hit up Dr. Midnight for speaking to the Dead Scrolls.
Oh yeah, rad! I love this. This tower was the best idea.
All right, you're just gonna put the trunks in the wagon.
All right.
Easily like carrying like all this stuff.
As you put them in, you notice the wooden chests with containing the a golden holy symbol of the Morning Lord.
Oh. Does it? It doesn't look like mine though, right? Mine looks.
No, this is a Lathander. The holy symbol you have is the symbol of Ravenkind.
Okay.
This is the old Morning Lord god of the god that I am
Dayman.
blanking. Lucian.
Fighter of the Nightman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that Father Lucian follows, the same one that the priest in Barovia follows.
Okay.
I'd like to imagine his domains are karate and friendship.
Well, should we head back?
Yes. Can we just take for a second? We should do a freelance heroism dayman, nightman deities guide. Like release it as like a free PDF for everyone to download. And it would be like Dayman, who is the fighter of the Nightman, who's the champion of the sun, right? Okay. And his domains are karate and friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh man, he'd be fantastic. And then the Nightman could be the opposite. He could be like jujitsu and like chaos.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. This is a thought that's I'm writing this down.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Dayman deity guide. Hey guys, everyone who's listening to this, if you want the Dayman versus Nightman deity guide, just go ahead on the Facebook page and underneath this episode in the comments, write "I want the Dayman" or hashtag Dayman guide.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and then we'll put together a Dayman deity guide for you. It's always sunny in Barovia.
Yes.
It's gonna be a while before they hear this.
Yeah, I know. But when it happens, I'll have forgotten that I said we were going to do it, and I'll laugh my balls off. So please, somebody out there listening, do it. Just when the episode gets posted, go into the comments on the Facebook page and write hashtag always sunny in Barovia. And that'll remind me.
So you guys, I guess, load up on the wagon. Who's inside the wagon and who's sitting outside the wagon?
I'm outside.
All right.
I'll be outside.
All right. There's technically no, actually no. Yeah, there's 2 seats with the driver.
It's the
And then
driver
it's-
and 2 seats.
Is the driver and his seat?
Oh.
I guess. I mean, you guys can sit on top too if you want.
Well, if no one else is going to do it, I'll sit up there.
All right.
Unless Rachel wants to. Or Adri, sorry. I know that heavy head's got to be hard to walk under.
I just don't want to be in the wagon if we get attacked.
Maybe you could break one of those windows we brought with us and then jump out of it.
Just punch through it.
She's
Just
looking
break, just reach back and smash a window and then jump out of the cart.
Yeah, yeah.
She looks over at you. Why the windows?
She asking me?
Yeah.
Well, you never know when you're going to need one.
How many windows do you go through?
Me? Ask her how many windows she has gone through.
Looks over. But she's a cleric.
Not that many.
Yeah, she likes to break glass in case of
I
emergency.
don't like to. It was necessary.
You could have used the fucking stairs.
It was faster to go through the
You could have
window.
opened the window.
I didn't have time to open the window. I was on the 2nd floor. I needed to get to the ground floor. Fastest way to do that is to jump through the window.
She's like,
Right?
you seem like my kind of people.
Mm-hmm. So who decided, or were you in the cart or were you walking? Rachel.
I will sit on top of the wagon.
Okay, Jake, what were you doing?
I am on the outside. I am scouting.
Okay, well then I'll sit in the seat then.
All right.
I'm gonna kick my feet up on the rigging for the horses.
All right. And you guys pretty much ride off back to Valiki with the wagon.
Cool. I'm gonna do perception checks every, 20 yards, 30 yards.
All right.
We'll just assume I'm keeping an eye out.
Where's the armor?
It's inside the wagon.
Okay.
She deactivated it once he got inside.
Okay.
She leans over. You really think your friend can bring him back to life?
She's talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know she can.
Try not to get my hope up.
Probably smart.
She shakes her head. That swordsman was a bastard, though. The horseman.
Which one?
The one with the two swords on his back.
Oh yeah, that's her dad.
Looks over. She shakes her head. You're kidding me.
Nah, it's a complex life we live.
Really?
Yeah.
She's so nice, and he's so not.
Guess who talks to her in the back of her brain?
She looks over at you. You're gonna tell me Strahd, right?
That's who. Bingo bango.
She pulls out a little trinket out of her pocket, holds it in front of you, speaks a command word, it glows. Say that again?
Say what again?
Who speaks to her?
Think I'm stupid?
No, just who speaks to her? The back of her head?
Strahd.
She looks at it. Color doesn't change. She closes it.
You trying to
Sweet
discern a
clear.
lie or not? Those are fantastic. Where'd you get those? I want one.
Renrich and I stole from him.
Rad. How about this? We'll bring him back to life and try to get information with him. But for the attempt, you owe me that little lie crystal. Deal?
She reaches in the pocket. Hands it to you.
Fantastic.
You guys did bring me back to life. She tells you the command word.
What's the command word?
Um,
Pickles. Hold on.
But you have to be within 5 feet of them, like within touching them.
That's fine.
It works great on getting werewolves to fess up without the full moon out to prove it.
Oh, I'm gonna want to know another cool story?
She looks over. Don't tell me you guys have a werewolf.
He's a werewolf. I'm gonna point Junikote.
God damn it, I knew something was woofy about him.
Guess what else?
She looks at him. You know what? I'm really starting to think you guys aren't my kind of people right now.
Oh no, we totally are. And I'm gonna, and you know how you can trust us? I'm gonna pull out the sword, and I'm gonna light it up. I'm like, that's homeboy's brother.
You have the light sword, the sun sword.
That's me. I'm gonna put it back, turn the light off, put it back in my pocket.
You guys have the sun sword.
I do. Yeah.
Van
Like
Richard's been
this.
looking for that thing for almost 80 years.
Yeah, and I got here, and within a week, I found it. Isn't that fantastic? Upgrade.
Oh, he's gonna have a heart attack when we wake him up.
Well, maybe we shouldn't.
I want to be the one that tells him.
Right on.
I owe him some gray hairs.
I actually really like your boss. If this doesn't work out and it kind of goes off the rails, I'll hire you.
Thanks, I think.
Hey, no problem.
Is there anything else any of you guys want to do on the way back to Barovia? I mean, sorry, the Leaky.
Objection. Leading the witness.
I'm just keeping an eye out while we're going.
I mean, it takes you guys a little bit to get back. I mean, about as fast as it was not as fast on horses, but definitely faster than walking with the wagon. Chunikote's scouting around, moving around. It seems that the wildlife that was missing is back in a sense. That The horseman has the horsemen have definitely moved from the area.
I like that.
The wolves,
Nature's cool.
I have his whistle.
The woods are more full back with wolves again, and more the crows in the sky and the things.
Excellent.
As you guys are riding along the way, you do eventually see some smoke coming up ahead of you guys, a few miles.
Like natural like smoke, like from a chimney or like from a burning?
From a fire.
How
not,
big?
Not like a crazy fire.
Like a campfire?
Yeah.
Back in a second. I'm going to hop off the cart and roll, and then do my speed dash while rolling a stealth roll.
Alrighty.
Ah, shit. Sorry. I apparently didn't have that programmed, so. Nat 20.
Nice.
Alrighty. Yeah, you roll off like a fucking champ, dude. Right off the wagon, full stealth. I mean, you don't even hear, the mud hit as you go right through it and move ahead.
All right, I'm going to move at max speed.
All right.
In the direction of the fire, staying outside of where the flickering of the shadows would be.
All right. As you approach, it's down Veliki Road, about 30 feet off the road. You see what seems to be a tower built up, hay and sticks around. Almost, someone's being burned at the stake. You see a body there.
Is it already going?
Yeah.
And the body's already been...
The body's definitely ablaze. I mean, head to toe is already ablaze. You see 4 individuals in black robes around it, just standing there watching it.
Are they talking?
Not talking, more chanting.
What language?
It seems to be definitely an older one to the realm. You've picked up pieces of it as you go through.
So is it like, I am sort of like a linguist. I know a bunch of languages. Would I say that it's more aligned to Vistani?
Yeah.
Okay. How about outside of the robes, like the parts that are showing skin, like hands, maybe?
The hands you actually see down are gloves, black gloves around, black robe down, hoods up. Arms are stretched up. Each one's, in 4 different positions around it.
Are they
hands
facing
towards each other?
Are they staring down, or are they facing
at the fire?
Facing at the fire, not looking.
The 2 on the other side, the flames in their eyes enough where the light is, they can't see. They don't have night vision at the moment because, when you stare at a campfire and you try to look away from it, you just can't see anything.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to be able to pick you up in the shadows.
Okay. I want to do something. I really wish I got a better portent roll.
Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Freelance Heroism. We hope you're having just as much fun listening as we are playing. Visit us at facebook.com/freelanceheroism and leave us a like. If you want to see our adventures in comic form, the professional illustrates our misadventures and more at 1d4rounds.com. If you want to support us, consider donating. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Keep an eye out for rewards as we add them.
Our theme music is Investigation by Devil Music, used under the Creative Commons license. You can find a link in the show notes. Our cast includes me, Dees Cassius as Master Cougar the Professional, Rachel Moore as Adri the Ducky Cleric, Jake Sipple as Chunikote the Lupine Loose Cannon, and last but not least, our DM and Dr. Midnight, David Walker.
Questions or comments? Send an email to freelanceheroismpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, the invoice is in the mail.
Disney movies are so fucking annoying to me. Like all of them. All of them. There's not a single one. Ugh. Why is it that when Hades from Hercules gets mad, his fire gets red? If he's mad, he's blue already. His hair should turn white, right?
Yeah.
Because blue is hotter than red.
Uh-huh.
So if he's angry and his hair turns red, that means he's cooling down. Whatever. Just fucking basic knowledge of heat, but whatever.